Hello my dolly dearies and welcome to another video. So today we are going to be making a space cat themed doll. I asked all of you guys on my Instagram which doll you'd like to see first, so I made a quick poll. You guys voted that you wanted to see these space sisters first. So I quickly sketched up some concepts for two little cat sisters, one being quite happy and cute and the other being more snarky. For this video, we're going to be making the one who is on the left with the umbrella and the more rain theme. I thought it would be quite cute to make, and it's a little more summery than the huge puffer jacket and such. Again, I'm sorry if there's any issues with audio, I'm still trying out my new microphone. But without any further ado, let's get on with the video. For the base, I had these two Monster High cat sisters. I am so bad at names and I don't know the names for these two again. But for one of them, I'd already equipped her with this purple coat that I got in a doll lot. It had this beautiful clear purple plastic which I think would look super cool with some cute patterns painted on it and kind of goes with this spacey theme. To start off, take a small pair of sharp scissors and clip the hair as close to the head as possible. Having the shorter stubble makes it much easier to pull out later. And with all their hair cut out, we can move on to the next step, which is to gently remove her head. With her head removed, you take your pair of needle nose pliers and scrape all of the little stubs of hair out from inside the head. This can be quite time consuming and can give you a hand cramp if you don't usually do it. I'm not sure how people get hand cramp, but with all of the icky bits, we can move on to removing her face paint with acetone. I pour a little into the cap and make small sweeping motions to sweep the paint off her face. With her face all clear, she's perfectly ready. But we're not going to work on her face first, no, we're going to do her outfit first. For her outfit, I decided to start with the shoes because those would take a while to dry. I take my mannequin doll and add some tin foil to her legs and make a paper mache cast. While those are drying, we can move on to the dress. While I couldn't quite find any holographic fabric anywhere at my fabric store, I did find this kind of iridescent-y gel glitter fabric, and I made it into a simple skirt and shirt. It's not very good on this camera, but all of the little dots are actually iridescent glitter and it looks super pretty in person. I then made her a little shirt with a pattern from Moonlight Jewel's sewing book. Definitely make sure to go and check her out and buy her sewing book, it's absolutely amazing. But our outfit was pretty simple, so it's basically done. But we do have to do the shoes now that they're dry. I sculpt on a heel using some air dry clay. I find using air dry clay is a bit better for shoes because epoxy can be a bit bulky and a bit heavy. This is slightly lighter. I then prime her shoes with a few layers of gesso paint. I also added on some spacey paintings onto the back of her coat and a pink rim around her shirt and skirt. With the heel and paint all dry, we can make her shoes look super spacey. But to do that, we also had to cut them off the back of the doll. Take a sharp knife and carefully cut a small slit down the back of the shoe. It doesn't matter if I apply too much pressure because it's my mannequin doll. Now we can start painting. I make some iridescent purple paint from a bit of iridescent blue paint I have from a couple of years ago and mixing it with a teeny tiny bit of red paint to make purple. The boots already look super cool in purple, but I thought we could make them a little cooler. I paint the soles red and using puffy paint, add in a bunch of spacey patterns, and I think they look super cool. I kind of wish I had them for myself. But with the outfit done, we can move on to her face. I spray her with 2 coats of Mr. Superclear and get started on the blushing. I take some soft pastels and blush the eyes, nose, lips, and a bit of the forehead as you'll see I try later on. I wanted her to have the kind of galaxy blush and freckles, which was going to be a bit difficult. And I also wanted her eyes to slightly match the purpley shiftiness of her ears and cheeks. I then also decided I wanted her to have a little white cat mouth, like some cats have white around their mouth and jaw, and I just think that's super cute. I couldn't get it too good in this, and I think it will just require more layers of blushing, but there's a little white patch towards the end which looks super cute. I start dotting on some blues and more vibrant purples to start on the cheeks. Since I was not getting enough purple pigment, I literally just scribble on her face with the chalks and then blush it out a bit. One thing you should always remember when using pastels is that when you add the next spray, the pastels will darken. So it's best to do them ever so slightly lighter, because if they're too dark, you can't undo that, but if they're too light, you can add some more blush later on. I tried blushing her forehead, then immediately decided I don't like it and tried desperately to erase it and blend it out, which is continuously not working. It was an absolute pain to remove. For some reason, getting chalk dust off the forehead is very, very difficult. But I wanted the blushing on this doll to be perfect due to the galaxy tendency that I'm going to be doing on her cheeks. Now we can move on to sketching out the eye shape. I take a dark blue pencil, which is only a teeny bit lighter than what I did for the blushing, and start roughly sketching out an eye shape. The dark blue pencil means that if I make a mistake, it won't be too visible under the rest of the lines. I sketch out an outline of her eye, making them quite catty to fit her face mould, but I also wanted her to have a slightly softer, more relaxed look. I try to do her eyes looking slightly off to the side in a kind of elegant, playful expression. And I dot on some small eyebrows. And it's about here I realise my mistake. I've made her look quite mean. It's really hard to make the face mould on these cat dolls look quite nice and smiley. My doll is a Catherine Demue, I think that's her name, which I painted to have a skin tone and cut off the ears for mine, and I think that she looks nice enough, but she does look a little intimidating and daunting, and it's a bit scary, but I tried to do my best to make her look quite nice, but at the end she looks a bit scary. Maybe we just have to make the other sister look nice in future. I draw on a little cat nose using a black pencil. I then start to go in with my pale yellow pencil to block out the base for her vibrant orange eyes. I felt seeing how the doll was rather bluey, purpley tones. Having some really nice bright yellow or orange eyes would look so perfect and pretty. But to get the yellow colour would take quite a few layers on this. I then go back with my pastels to add some more vibrancy to her galaxy blush. You can also see here that I'm putting the same kind of blush galaxy thing into her ears, which I just thought would be super cute. I start blocking out some pink in her lips. I wanted her to have very kind of pale pink lips that you get from using way too much lip balm, but meant to be more intentional. I always find lips one of the hardest things to do on dolls. The eyes and eyebrows are okay, I'm not the best at them, but practice will make perfect, hopefully. But lips I can never seem to get right. If anyone has any tips for doing lips, please let me know. But with that, her face up is done. I took out my white acrylic paint to dot on the stars and highlights of her eyes. One thing I really like is that her eyes look super Halloween-y, and Halloween is my favourite holiday of the entire year. But with her face all done, I can take my Liquitex High Gloss Varnish to gloss the eyes and lips. And with that done, and all of the cat marks sanded off her body using some high grit sandpaper, I can reattach her head to the body. I gently squeeze the temples as to not try crack the face up, and rotate the body to slip the head on easily. Now we can move on to the hair. I made a grey wig cap very quickly off screen, and I made a bunch of grey to purple yarn wefts. I took some grey yarn and brushed it out in the usual process and used some hair chalk to dye the ends, and I start gluing the wefts on around the base of the head and for a parting. One thing that is a bit difficult about the cat dolls is navigating around the ears, and seeing how I usually don't make enough yarn wefts and I absolutely refuse to go and make more, it is a desperate thing of trying to go, there is enough, I will make it so that it covers the entire head. Even though often it can look a bit flaky, but we can just ignore that in the photography, we can arrange it so it looks perfect. But her hair is done, and it looks super good. I gave it a flat cut around the bottom as well to suit her new, scary face up. And that's her outfit and everything on this doll pretty much done. I have this little umbrella that I made following Tamakai's, I'm sorry if I've said that wrong, tutorial on how to make an umbrella. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. It is so cute, and I love how I used the fairy veil on top and it looks so pretty and blue. I then took a bit of card and cut out a bunch of really small shapes, little stars and hearts. These took quite a while to cut out due to them being absolutely minuscule. But once they were all cut out, I dipped them in different colours of glitter so that I could hang them from the bottom of the umbrella to kind of look like stars or something, or raindrops. And I think it looks pretty cute. But with that all done, we can finally transfer the outfit from our mannequin onto our doll. The outfit is pretty simple, but to get everything on is actually a bit difficult due to the nature of the tulle top and the weird plasticky raincoat. They do not want to sit together. But now there is only a few details left. We just have to put some black nail polish onto those nails, because when you have dolls with hands like that, it is a crime not to put nail polish on them, in my opinion. But with that, she is done. anyways, I hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. This girl was such a joy to make. I'm still debating on a name. I'm thinking something along the lines of Andromeda or Galactia or just something. Leave your ideas in the comments below. I will probably have come up with something that'll be in the thumbnail by the time you're watching this. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, or maybe even sharing it with a friend. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and I shall see you all next time. Bye!